Hey everyone, so I'm going to scrapbook this photo using the August Kitaholic Kits, which features a lot of the Just Little Lovely Pink Fresh collection. So I've chose a paper. I thought this would be a nice little paper I could do with all the colours and match embellishments to those colours around the photo and keep it that kind of a style. I thought I'd go and have a look at my DIY embellishments and then this little bag of this little container of wood veneer and the puffy hearts and see what I could find. And then pretty much I just go through each little stash of collection ephemera and die cuts, and that's the same thing. I mean to say, and go through each of the embellishments that we get in the kit and work out what I'm going to pull and add to the little coloured section. So I do pull out these little circle resin pieces from Corbett Creations that we got this month, but they're just a bit brighter than this watercolour paper that I'm looking for. And some of them I like to have a little tone on, because obviously I'm going tone on tone, but I wanted to sometimes have different shades of that tone. And so I left them out because I think that I'll be able to get them on, but unfortunately I don't. I pull out this word enjoy, and I really like the colour of it to work with it, but also the font of it. So I'm going to work out how I could put it on there, on top of the purple there, and have a little play in a bit. I did pull out this DIY embellishment that I've made previously because it has a bit of purple, it's got a ticket on it, and I figure it could work, but then I quickly don't end up putting it on at all. I've got the little puffed heart here that is got the orange crosses on it, and then we're just going to have a play. So those were the layered stickers, and I've just pulled off that banner off the top because I didn't want the background. And then this here is the paper clips with the banners, and I'm just using a die tool that's pokey on one end and then like a spatula I guess on the other end, and I'm just putting it in between the layers and trying to make the glue separate. It's such amazing glue. So I literally put that, like the pin end, through it all, and it just sticks as soon as the pin is moved out of the way. So I actually have to move it along and pull my fingers in there to pry it open. It's amazing glue. They should put that on thickers. So here we got this sticker sheet here, the office hours collection. I'm just pulling out. It's got the perfect tone of colours for this yellow and orange. And then we've got the die pieces, that the exclusive printables. And so I'm going to cut out this one. So the trick with cutting out embellishments, I find, is if you add a little bit of a white border, then you can see the whole shape, and you can't see that if your cutting is not so great. I did pull out these resin, no, they're wood veneer crosses, but I don't end up putting them on. I do try. Now look at this. This pink banner and the word enjoy sit perfectly on there, and look, it just fits so nicely there. But if I did that, I'd have to change my whole design and not have it tone on tone, because the pink and purple were not down the bottom and I'd already stuck my photo down. But that's okay, because I will use that banner and one of those puffy words on another layout. I'm sure one of the other words will fit so nicely on there. Now this little flower bouquet fits so perfectly up there, and it's got some lovely purple and a pink. And that's going to sit under there. And then I did see that sticker for that cluster. It's got all the rainbow colours, so I put that there so that we can pay homage to all the tone on tone that's going to be going. I also pulled out this Summer Vibes die cut, and that's going to be my title because it's all the colours going on, and it is just a perfect size to fit. So I stick that there. I've got the embellishment there, and then I just figure I'm going to do the pink in the pinky area up maybe at the top, and then blend it in, and then the orange there, the yellow over this part. But what actually happens in a second, I decide as I'm going to glue down the orange, because I'm getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I just need to glue things down. This is crazy. I'm going to be here forever moving things. I end up actually making it really neat inside and just around the photo, rather than a little sections around the whole page. So my photo and then all the embellishments begin, and that's all that I end up on my page. So I'm gluing down. I'm just using my mono For some reason I forgot the name of it. Maybe because I've been doing very long days. If you want to know, I'll look it up when I go back to my craft room, and I'll let you know down below. But I'm just going to add all the pieces in. So just starting here with the orange, using the wet glue to add in those puffy hearts. You just hold them for a second and this glue works well. And then I'm going to put my summer vibes up on some fun foam. I use the last of the roll. Yay! It's always nice to finish a roll of adhesive. And then I have these little pieces just sitting on the edge of my pegboard that I'm going to put. And for some reason, you know how you just fiddle with things sometimes, and when I was editing, I was like, why do you have to move the title that much? That's crazy. Just going to add some blue over here, just tucking this one down, putting the banner in, and just building the cluster. I'm doing it this way because of my title. I actually don't end up with any green kind of embellishments in the green section, but that's okay because all the green I wasn't really particularly liking. I did have that word success down the bottom and that green and yellow banner that I probably could have worked in when I had sectioned it off, but because I'm putting the cluster, all the embellishments around the photo, it doesn't have any room. But really, I think there's enough colour and goodness going on that we don't need to worry. So I bring that banner over to this area, and you can see I'm not making neat little clusters like the cluster at the top and the cluster at the bottom. I'm just making it nestle in and around and flow around the photo. That way it becomes one big pile of excitingness to look at. And then the more you look, obviously, the finer details you see in this grouping. So another puffy embellishment, one of those puffy hearts. They're really cool. So that's going to go on. And then I'm just gluing the things down. So we've got a little tab here. And then I'm going to bring some of the other things down. I've got that photo on the right side. No, so not photo, sorry. Flowers on the right side. I have put that up on fun foam just so it has a bit of height over there because we don't have any 3D embellishments up in that area at the moment. So it needed a bit of height. Adding that lovely there. And so you can see I'm just tucking things in and around. And then I have going to add some of these ones. So it needed some more purple up the top. So that purple flare, wooden flare, I guess, goes perfectly there. And oh, I just realized I added 3. And we all love the number 3 in creativity. So I've got that orange heart one there, pink and orange one to the right, and then the blue one filling in that blue cluster. But I do pull that up and then put this little circle label and then move that word up a little bit so that we can see everything, and it fills in that blank space that was happening. It was sort of like there was trapped space before I put that label in. So going in with all the enamel dots that I could fit, and I even pull out some pink ones out of my stash and some purple ones. These are the enamel dots from the collection, but I just wanted a couple of different tones as well, although it doesn't really have pink on the enamel dots, but that's okay. I'm sure 99% of us all have enamel dots in our collection, and if we ever, go through them properly, we realize we have way more enamel dots than we need for a lifetime. But you can't say no to enamel dots. Well, at least I can't. So I'm just going to get some more wood veneer hearts. I just thought it needed a little bit more wood veneer, but nothing like draw your attention to it wood veneer, just little sprinkles. So those hearts are perfect for that. In they go. And I did pull this little envelope. Well, it's kind of little, isn't it? This envelope here, and I wondered if I needed to use it for 1, a pop of green, and 2 for like a journaling spot and something down there. But it was too heavy. It was drawing the page down and making it all just, when you looked at it, it just stood out too much. So I'm going to put this word enjoy here, and I'm going to nestle it in. That brings that pop of purple up the top. So actually lift up the tab and the lovely banner and put the loop of the J and the Y under. So this is what I'm doing here, so that that way it brings it into the cluster rather than just laying on top and covering up those words. Here we go with just a few more enamel dots, just because I'd added that word and whatnot. I just needed to make sure that we are have enough sprinkly kind of items going on. And here I pulled out some pink from my stash, and then I'm nearly finished. I do try these flare, they're so nice, but then I realised I can't just have a layout with a whole ton of flare around. Like if it was flare like, design like 6 flare in a row and things coming down or something like that, that could work, but in this situation I didn't need any more. And also I didn't want to use them all in one layout. I like them too much. I do use this purple arrow, and I just fussy cut it, adding a little bit of a white border, and I just felt that there was a bit of trapped space where the enamel dots were on the left, between underneath that camera and then the blue cluster. It just needed another something to blend and flow in. So I'm going to put in this arrow, and then I have this sharp little edge from the end of the arrow which was just jarring to my eye. So then I pull in another flare after I literally decided it didn't need any more, but I do pull in one that doesn't have the wood on it. So it's sort of more like a puffy sticker rather than one of the wooden flare that stick out. So this is pretty much the end. I am going to just grab a black pen. Sorry, here's my purple enamel dots. But I am then going to use my black pen and put some journaling lines and some journaling words underneath the Summer Vibes title. I do try to use my white pens to get a white border around, just so that it wasn't so in your face, but they weren't working for me, and I just am not in the mood to muck around with them. And I didn't want to add a border with this grey pen because the journaling is the only grey I have going on. Instead, I'm going to leave it just like this and enjoy it for what it is. Anyway, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you've enjoyed and I feel like you need to get into your kit or your stash and scrap. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye.